May I pose a question to you? Why does it hurt for us to know what we are? Let me pose another question. Why does it hurt even more for us to realize there is so much that we don't know? That's kind of what this video is going to be talking about in correlation to everything else that's going on in the world currently. Okay, so humans possess something we call a consciousness or a conscience. And basically all that is this voice in our head that guides us to doing either good or bad decisions, making either good or bad decisions. And I believe that this consciousness is a big benefactor and the reason why we are capable of being self-aware of our surroundings. And not only our surroundings, but being self-aware about ourselves. Now, don't get me wrong, humans aren't the only creatures capable of being self-aware. There are multiple animals on the planet, and some that we don't even know yet, that are capable of self-awareness. For example, monkeys and crows, they're self-aware animals. They realize what they are. The problem is that we humans suffer the most from this self-awareness just due to the sheer level in which we are self-aware in comparison to every other thing on this planet. Our self-awareness is so high that it causes us to suffer, essentially. And I believe that that suffering stems from the fact that our awareness causes us to seek meaning in life. And unlike other creatures who are self-aware, they don't necessarily seek out meaning in life. They are what they are. But humans can't fathom why we're here we can't fathom the reason why we might be here, why we have this high level of awareness and why we have a conscience. And that self-awareness causes us to seek out the meaning of what life may be. And generally, there is no universal meaning for this. There possibly never even will be. The closest thing to a universal meaning in life that we humans have created is that the meaning of life is to be happy, is to live life. But let's be honest for a second, that's boring. No one really wants that to be the meaning of life. Everyone just settles for it, or most people just settle for it because they have no other reason or they have no other choice. It's the only thing that could give closure to a human being who is self-aware of his own creation but unaware of why he may or why she may have been placed here on the planet in the first place. And it's crazy that is how our awareness works, because in retrospect, our awareness is quite literally our greatest gift and our greatest curse. To be self-aware requires you to be alive. But to be alive requires you to experience pain. And that's kind of the chain link between those that's basically what I am picture. And it's just funny how you can't have a gift without having problems come along with it. For example, you can't have a phone without expecting that something may go wrong with the phone at some point or another. Now, let's take a little dive into humanity's history. I want to talk about a few things. One, or rather a few people. The first person I want to talk about is a man named Satir. Don't know his last name, but you'll see a photo of him. Satir is a philosopher who believed in humanism. He was also directly appalled by the idea of determinism, which is that basically every movement that we make is predetermined and we don't have the choice to make it. And he's also appalled by the idea of religion, not specifically a religion, but religion in general. I also want to talk about another guy named Camus. Camus was absurdist. Basically, he believed in the irrationality of reality. He believed that the world that we live in is ran by chaos. And I don't really know if he was religious or not. I didn't care to look it up. But the next thing I want to talk about is a concept called the Buddhist mindset. And basically what the Buddhist mindset is just the process of someone understanding and overcoming suffering. It is the thought process of one coming to terms with the suffering of the world and realizing that it's gonna be here. There's nothing you can do about it. The only thing that you can do about it is welcome suffering with open arms, and maybe that'll take away the pain a little bit. Now, why did I bring up Satir, Camus, and pretty much everyone who embodies the Buddhist thought philosophy? Well, it's because they all generally have something in common. And it's the fact that they have the ability to be self-aware of it. Like, they all have the ability to be self-aware of these crucial topics in which they all embody. And them being self-aware of these crucial topics can lead them into new discoveries and new viewpoints on life, which in short terms, it will allow them to better their future and see the world in a different light and proceed in life with a better mindset. The problem, however, is that awareness can never give a person closure. Awareness will never give a person closure, because regardless of what new mindset you come in, what new truth you discover, what new anything you become aware of, you'll always be aware that there is a problem. You'll always be aware that there is a problem. And because you're always aware that there is a problem, you can never truly be satiated with anything new you become aware of. And that's the problem with awareness. Regardless of if you can comprehend anything, you will still suffer from your own awareness. And yeah, that's just kind of what I wanted to talk about today. If you liked the video and you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, maybe just watch the video. And yeah, until next time, peace.